And in the top left-hand corner of Ohana, we have our blue Terran player, the ace of Prime. It is none other than MarineKing. And his opponent in the lower right-hand corner, one game away from all killing Prime from Team Liquid, our red Terran player, TaeJa.
Man, this is exciting. This is such a great grudge match between these two players. Like we stated earlier, we talked about it a little bit pre the Fight Club between these two guys a little bit ago, a week or two ago. TaeJa actually had the advantage in games and sets won versus MarineKing. He was like MarineKing's bane basically last year. MarineKing has beaten him once this year in Code S. TaeJa came back and beat him though. So then we had Fight Club. MarineKing, I believe it was 5-1 against TaeJa. A lot of crazy games. TaeJa didn't play very well, but this is going to be one of those games where it could really go either way. As confident as MarineKing is, he's got to go up against a player that has beaten him probably more times in TVT than anyone outside of like MVP has, right? It's a serious opponent right now for MarineKing. But then again, on TaeJa's side, this is MarineKing. He's MarineKing. That's all I need to say about that.
And we saw what happened in Fight Club. Fight Club was a 5-1 for MarineKing over TaeJa. And he didn't just kill him in one way. Found a build that worked and stuck with it. MarineKing was doing everything from mech to... He proxied literally everything. We were making jokes about it, that he was spinning a roulette wheel, and whatever the ball landed on is what he decided to proxy.
He didn't proxy Thors, though. That bugged me.
He did not proxy Thors, but he did proxy Marines, Marauders, Medevacs, and SCVs at one point.
I saw that. That was pretty interesting. Obviously, if you guys want to go back and watch those games later, you can find that stuff on our YouTube channel, actually, right?
Yes, that's right.
It's been uploaded. Yeah, IGNProLeague on YouTube. Got all the VODs from all the matches, so go watch those as well. Man, Liquid TaeJa, though, sending out that scout. He's going to scout his opponent. He's going to see what he's doing.
He is, but that's very important. I mean, because if TaeJa doesn't, he gets killed by a proxy, like we saw in every one of those games in Fight Club. It is so nice having the recent history between these two players kind of bank on to see what they do. But MarineKing, he's going to play something a little bit more conventional at the moment. So sitting on one base for now, he's got his gas coming up at about the right time. Factory is on the way. He decided to get one additional, his 16th SUV, before putting up his orbital command. TaeJa actually cut it his 15th. So that's the difference in the timings of these two structures, if you're curious. But TaeJa going right for second gas very early on.
And wow, that's interesting. And I mean, it really looks like it's going to be, to a certain extent, a good amount of one-base play, actually, from both players here. So this could end up being actually a fairly short game. If someone has a good, strong push that gets a big advantage, it's going to be difficult for the other player to kind of macro out of it. Then again, if both players stay on one base, they go for that kind of all-in aggression, I guess you could say, and then have an even engagement, we could just reset. So this game could get interesting very quickly. TaeJa,
losing that little tug-of-war in the middle, has to pull back his Marines, but...
he does actually kill a Marine, though, for... No, he actually doesn't.
Almost.
Kill it.
Almost. Very close.
Yeah.
That being said, looks like TaeJa, okay, that's just for detection down there. He was putting up his starport at the moment, though, but has not started any sort of a tech lab quite yet. We may even see one on the factory here in a bit. Move just directly into Marine Tank. His opponent, though, there we go, MarineKing. I was gonna get scared if he didn't proxy anything in this set.
Here's the thing, though. I wonder if he's actually planning on proxying a medevac, because he's only got one gas. He's gonna put a medevac out there, move his Marines and Hellions down, and then elevator into the main. It's so popular right now to do that sort of thing, although you usually don't proxy it. But we're gonna get to around the 6:30 mark where TaeJa's gonna want to scan, and if he doesn't see the starport, he could think it's just a little bit of aggression with an expansion too. So the mind games just coming like crazy for MarineKing, and yeah, there's the medevac coming out of that starport, so he's going to go for that elevator play. TaeJa's going to have to really be on the ball to defend this.
You are absolutely right. He has a fair number of units himself, and importantly also a Viking. So if he can establish control of the skies and just kind of drive away that medevac for MarineKing, then he'll be in a pretty good spot. And indeed, like I said before, he is actually going for that Marine Tank Viking off of one base. This is something you used to see in every TVT like a year and a half ago.
This is something that was just the only thing Terrans do on the Korean ladder for a while, was this build. I was calling it the Terran floor gate for a while, because it's so hard to stop if you don't properly see it coming. But here comes MarineKing. This is it. Oh, TaeJa knows it's happening, saves that Hellion. Oh, he needs to be careful with that Viking, though.
And, the Viking gets destroyed. The medevac, even with just a few hit points, is going to be enough to provide vision up to the high ground, which is pretty critical for MarineKing at this point.
Yeah, it's very low. Right now, though, TaeJa does have another medevac and another tank coming out, so he can just go ahead and push once that second tank comes out. MarineKing doesn't have enough to take this on the low ground right now, so if TaeJa manages to catch him off guard, he's going to check with that Hellion. He could go ahead and get a big win and possibly a very strong push. Yeah, getting siege mode very quickly as well.
And it looks like he is just going to kind of move down the ramp now. So is MarineKing ready for this? He's going to try to pick up a couple of units there, but wasn't able to successfully do so. Thinks he can win the engagement, but TaeJa shuts it down, and MarineKing has to get out of there.
Yeah, that's right. Now MarineKing's in a bit of a tight spot because he doesn't have any more Vikings coming. They would come out near his opponent's base if they did. TaeJa's going to come with siege mode and the air advantage, and MarineKing's expanded. TaeJa actually has a really great opportunity here with this build.
Let's see here. Yeah, MarineKing has to get out of there, heals up his units, and then moves away. And unfortunately now, his starport is working against him because the reinforcement distance is just ages.
Oh, man. TaeJa expanding behind this as well, which you totally can do. But I don't know, man. MarineKing, you can defend against this, but it's so tough to be in MarineKing's situation, to lose those early units, not have siege mode, not have any real tank advantage yourself. He's going to need to use some SCVs to defend against this.
Yes, he is. MarineKing does have control of the skies at the moment. Both players do have Vikings, but MarineKing is ahead in the count by just a little bit. His own siege mode is not on the way, and that's so good for TaeJa. And
yeah, well, he doesn't even need to kill it. That's perfectly fine. He knows. He's like, all right, well, that's great. That just means that there's not going to. It means I really do win the air war. I will always have enough Vikings here in the early game.
Oh, and he gets MarineKing to move out of the base a little bit, and as he has siege mode done, he can actually start leapfrogging these tanks forward a bit, and starts doing so.
All right, well, here he comes. His tank that has siege mode is too far behind. A little bit of a miscalculation for TaeJa.
Oh, but he pulls all the Marines back into range. MarineKing is committing for this, and he's lost quite a bit. Now TaeJa's still with 3 tanks up, and it looks like he's going to win the war on the ground.
Oh, man, MarineKing does have a couple Vikings out, picks up that last tank to save it, but that was a bit of an error, I think, though. Look at MarineKing, though. He is ahead on supply right now. He did have his expansion up a little bit earlier, so MarineKing not out of this game at all just yet. TaeJa, I think, overextending just a little bit, giving away a lot of that advantage that he had.
He is going to pull back for now, and he does have that all-important tank advantage, but he's down in pretty much every other category, as you mentioned. So let's actually take a look at the upgrades. TaeJa has Stim, Combat Shields, and +1 on the way. MKP does not have any tech labs yet, so he's going to be behind on bio upgrades.
Yeah, he certainly will. I mean, this is turning into a very interesting TVT. MarineKing has largely had to play on the defensive, but you know what they say, a great defense is a good offense, and that's why we see him being so active out around the middle of the map. He knows that he can't let TaeJa get anywhere near his base. If TaeJa gets sieged up at this point outside of MarineKing's base, it's going to be very, very difficult for MarineKing to defend that. So he's playing this perfectly. In this situation, you need to be really active outside.
Unless you're General Patton. And then it's just attack, attack, attack.
Oh, but, well, QXC, too. I mean, he's like, if you're not attacking, you're losing, right?
QXC, much like General Patton.
Well, there you go.
I like it. The reincarnation of General Patton in StarCraft form. So let's go ahead and see now, as MarineKing is putting up his 3rd base at the moment. TaeJa's doing no such thing, but of course, depending on what sort of timing he wants to hit, he would be able to move in there and do damage before MarineKing was able to realize a profit off of this, which actually could help him a bit. MarineKing actually moving out on the map a little bit here and extending himself. He's got to have to watch out.
TaeJa's going to hit a great timing here with Stim, Combat Shields, and +1 if he chooses to do it. With MarineKing taking that fast 3rd, he may be able to take advantage of that fact that he's going to have a little bit of an upgrade and an army advantage. Certainly going to have Stim a lot sooner than MarineKing will. So TaeJa, again, in a situation where he can come with a very powerful push versus his opponent. He was a little bit overeager last time. We'll have to see if he decides to kind of play it out a little bit more safely this time around, or if he just decides to go for it. I feel like he could. I feel like he's in a position where he could be really aggressive here. Oh, he's got to be careful not to lose those Vikings, though.
Oh, very nice job. Picks off one of MarineKing's Vikings there. MarineKing has to back up at the moment. TaeJa actually throwing in a Marauder. Is that just one? Yeah, it is. Okay, so he's not switching over any sort of bio. Still playing Biomech, but does have that one Marauder in the mix. Stim, though, not finished up for MarineKing at all.
That's right. And here we go. MarineKing with a lot of Marines there. That sounds ironic.
Oh, but not anymore. side.
Oh.
And there's no stim for MarineKing at all, and TaeJa stims, moves forward, picks off everything from MarineKing.
TaeJa is seconds away from possibly all-killing Prime. That was a huge victory in that fight. Oh man, he could push right now and have a very good chance of winning this match.
MarineKing doesn't have stim, he doesn't have siege mode.
He doesn't have siege mode.
Oh, that's devastating. TaeJa can make his way just right up the front. MarineKing has to pull everything off the line. Already one tank up for TaeJa, and he's going to start moving forward slowly but surely.
Here we go. He's moving up the ramp. 2 tanks coming up the ramp. 3 on the low ground. There is no way MarineKing can break this.
Oh my God, TaeJa, you've done it. TaeJa, you just all killed Prime.
I think he did. He lost a lot of Marines here, but I don't know, man. I mean, that is some pretty terrible damage, if I do say so myself.
That's the very definition of it.
That's kind of cool.
And it looks like he does have vision of the high ground. So MarineKing loses the back with all the Marines inside of it, loses the siege tank on the high ground as well. 59 supply to 105 at the moment, and TaeJa just continuing to push forward.
Yeah, MarineKing can't stop this, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't care if there were 2 MarineKings controlling this game. That is going to be about it. Wow, Liquid TaeJa, I think he's about to do it. I think he's about to all-kill Prime, the best team in StarCraft 2 right now in team leagues.
And all of these units just disappearing down at the bottom. Nothing left to repair up the orbital command. Oh no, just one SCV. Yeah. He's got it. He's carrying the torch. You go, little man.
Oh, don't die, SCV. Don't you die on me.
Don't you die on me. Oh my God.
Well, MarineKing still has a 3rd base. Keep that in mind. He is still mining pretty well. TaeJa may think he has bigger advantage than he does, but he kills the tank. Snipes that off.
And now starting to roll up with his own tanks. He'll start camping the production of his opponent here in a second. That tech lab is going to be hit here in a bit. Oh, MarineKing. This is very trademark MarineKing. Remember, back all the way to like GSL's 2 and 3, just dropping outside of his base and flanking. And if he's able to get a good engagement, we'll see if that's enough to bring him back.
Well, that's a brilliant move. I mean, the first step is to control reinforcements. Second step is to slowly push back. It looks like he wants to just flank, sending SCVs from the low ground. Oh, but he does not have enough. 129 supply to 50.
That's right.
That is, oh man, losing another tank.
And TaeJa just has so much on the ground right now. If he can pick off the medevacs as well, no, they get away, but just barely. This base completely destroyed. MarineKing really on the back foot. TaeJa putting up his own 3rd base.
Yeah, a crucial win right now for MarineKing, being lost to Liquid TaeJa. I mean, this is a big deal, a clutch situation that they needed him to come through, and I don't think he's going to come through, man. I mean,
he's under 50 supply. He's under 50 supply, and TaeJa just keeps putting on the hurt. MarineKing just does not have that many units left. He just lost another swath of them. 47 supply. There really is a 100 supply deficit now. The factory is going to go down here in just a second. There it goes.
MarineKing never giving up, always fighting to the very last. But if you look at the mini-map, we can see that TaeJa has 3 bases now. Very well underway. I mean, he's got plenty of workers. He's getting more upgrades. 2-2 on the way. 1-1 is not finished yet for MarineKing. I mean, MarineKing's doing an admirable job defending, and he's an admirable player, but this game is probably going to go to TaeJa. If MarineKing comes back and wins this, I say I will lose my mind a lot, but I will actually lose my mind.
Yeah,
I will be reduced to like...
I will be driven insane if MarineKing finds a way to win this game,
man.
Yes.
I think this game would be harder on my mind if MarineKing won this than if I met Cthulhu on the way home from work today.
I don't know, man. That's a strong statement right there. Here comes MarineKing, though, pulling his SCV.
GG!
There's a GG! TaeJa's done it. He's all killed Prime. Congratulations to Liquid. They're moving on to winners round 3.
Wow, Team Liquid knocking Prime.